So cool. Yeah. I mean, this is a version of what we call Spotlight, and Spotlight's really about us spending, 10 to 15 minutes shining the spotlight on you and getting an idea of what you're up to in the world and who you are. So why don't we start there? Why don't you tell me your name and kind of what you do?
Sure. My name's McCarthy. I'm in business development for solutions at a company called Innova Solutions. We do technology services and talent services. Work with all kinds of companies in different industries, specializing healthcare, banking, financial, and manufacturing will be the three main ones. So.
Cool. So what brings you to Startup Week specifically? What you're looking to gain here?
I think relationships and networking. I got invited here through a relationship we have with Mike Arulfo from Boston Scientific in Beta, Minnesota. So he invited us here. We're sponsoring the Get In, Get Care healthcare event this afternoon. So I'm excited about that and really pumped up to go to the Mega Med Social tonight, the happy hour. So kind of keeping that healthcare flair of what we're looking to do with Innova Solutions in terms of our customer base.
And I hear the after hour stuff is kind of where to be. It's where you're going to pick up the biggest network and talk to the most people.
When you get a little bit of lubrication involved, maybe people open up a little bit more. But
For sure.
I didn't go last night, so I'm excited to check it out tonight. And it seems like the right group of people for us.
Cool. Have you been to any of the other things happening around here today?
Yeah, I just came out of the Star Tribune with Steve Grove, and it was super interesting to learn about just what's going on in media, how they're using AI, but also like how they're having to change the ways they make money and pivot from print to digital and those sorts of things. So it's been really good.
Oh, awesome. Cool. So what are you looking for from where you are today, like in your trajectory as a human being, in business, personal, whatever it might be? Where are you headed?
Great. Well, I started with Innova in February, so I'm building my business right now. I'm making connections, and what we do is help companies with their digital transformation. So what gets me really excited is talking about things like automation and AI, where people can use a flexible workforce solution model and then repurpose their resources somewhere else as they automate certain parts of their business. And we get to help them do that. And it's a real exciting time with AI, and I think it's going to really be a game changer. And I'm just glad that I'm excited to work in a field where I get to be at the forefront of it. In terms of what I'm looking for here, I mean, connections with startups that are going to grow into larger companies. Obviously, we have the presenters that those are a lot of our clients, and a lot of our would like to be clients.
Right.
So networking with those people too.
Nice. So let's talk about that game changer. AI is a game changer out there right now. What's exciting you about it, like, specifically?
I think just like the ability to get more done with less. I know there's some fear out there around it in terms of, is AI going to take my job? And I think the more you get comfortable using it, the more you can push yourself through that change curve to adapt to it, the more successful you're going to be. Because I don't know, I just think it's really cool that it's going to change business where, someone might just get really good at using AI and they can be a billionaire out of their basement, and
For sure.
in addition to larger organizations and what they can do with automating their workflows and really streamlining and making things super efficient for them.
I read a little bit about agentic AI and now how they have almost like manager AIs that can manage several agents that are doing different things. It's quite fascinating, like the layers as AI continues to get smarter and better trained, how they can build these layers onto things. And it really becomes quite a sophisticated solution in all the different sorts of facets. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what we look at. An organization is going to determine where they could implement some of those layers of agentic AI, and we're going to help them take care of the back, I guess the front end stuff that's going to get them ready to make those agentic AI changes that they're doing. We're seeing that with the QA portion of the software development lifecycle, where a lot of that is going to automation, and then those people can be repurposed in other areas. So.
Nice. And yeah, I like what you had said about, some people do have some apprehension to AI. Is it going to take my job? But I there's an analogy that I love it, and I don't know that I'm saying it exactly correctly, but you can't stop the ocean with a spoon. Like, you can't stand in front of it and stop the waves. So basically the waves are coming, right? And so you could stand there with a spoon and try to stop it, but you're not going to stop it. So you might as well get your surfboard out and ride it all the way into the beach, right?
Well, I think that's really what it comes down to is the early adapters to change are going to be the ones that have a head start on it. And I mean, we saw it around the turn of the century in 99, 2000 with the internet and with a lot of those things. And I feel like this is kind of a similar time right now with AI and just how, something's about to pop, I would think. So
Cool. So, I mean, personally, what do you think is some of the coolest things that are happening out there?
I mean, it's just so easy to like ask questions, like just finding information. I'm new to my role at Innova Solutions. I worked in talent and staffing for many years before, but on the technical side, being able to have, you have access to Harvard, Harvard professors and super smart scientists and engineers and people like that at your fingertips by using AI. And I'm like, well, gosh, I can find out a lot of things without spending a ton of money on education just by being really efficient and asking my AI how things work.
Right.
And I learn a ton that way, and it's awesome.
Learning how to ask the AI the right questions.
Oh, that's
right?
important too.
That's
The prompts are important.
Yeah.
So, yes.
My wife who is also my business partner in the business, is quite adept at doing everything via AI these days. So
Yeah.
Chat GPT is kind of her best friend.
I encourage my kids to use that too. Like, get comfortable with this right away. Like, look it up on ChatGPT. Like, use your resources.
Right, because it's going to be when they start getting a little older, right? It's going to be second nature.
That's how they're going to make their money.
That's right. That's right. Cool. So I like to wrap things up with a question about inspiration. Like, what inspires you on a day-to-day basis to kind of get up and keep going? Or what sort of inspiration can you give to our audience?
Oh boy. I think what inspires me is just people. I like being around people. I like building relationships. I like having that connection point. And, when you just kind of see that evolve as you're building your business. And to me, that's inspirational. Like, I like being in business development because I get to kind of create something, and that's exciting for me. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning.
Awesome. Yeah, business development sounds like the right place for you to be, man.
I hope you're right.
I love it. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for
appreciate
inviting me. This is great.